Okay, so we are now live. Going to let's make sure this is all good. Yes, we are. Okay, so we are live. Going to continue with the game engine live stream where we code a game engine. This isn't, again, I've said it before, we're not trying to do some low-level game engine with this. We're trying to create a game engine on top of other existing frameworks and kind of engines that provide features that are very common in engines. You'll see as we do this. There's other great engines out there, or live, tutorial series from like Cherno. It's not called Handmade Hero anymore, but if you YouTube that, you will find his channel. It's called something else now, but he's been doing it for years, and he goes low level. Again, this isn't about that. I've got some OpenGL videos that are more low level, but again, this isn't about that. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy. Somebody commented, Forever Matador, hello and hello. Okay, so we was having this issue because I ported it over from Mac, and this issue where it should, after 2 seconds, reset. So if I do like BC, so the first two have been clicked, it's still ticking up. After 2 seconds, it should stop. So we got the update. Make sure that event size is being triggered so we know we're getting into the function. Event size is getting triggered. So next thing that we need to do is, I'm going to see if we're actually even getting into here. You know what, I'll use a breakpoint. I know that's something I need to use more of, is breakpoints. Yeah, I'll put one there, and I'll whack one there. Yeah, so realistically, it should break within no time. So yeah, it is getting into there because the event position is smaller than the size. And okay, so the next thing that we need to do is continue. Did that break again or not? No, see, that hasn't broken again. For some reason it's not getting into there. So let me run it again. For some reason, if we go to splash state, the time that we provide is 2.0, 2.0, 2.0, 2.0. So now what we need to see is why event timeless and event timeless position. So what I'm going to do is print this out. And I am going to I'll print that out. I won't print that out. I'll leave that printing out, and I will disable these as well. In here I will print out std : cout. I'm gonna go a step further and change these to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it says 1. So if I do B, C, F, Z. See, but there's no reset. See that reset is not getting triggered. So the next thing is, if we go to QTE, event time list, and the event position, as long as it's greater than 0. Let me remove this aspect of it. I know they are greater than 0, all of them for now, so that won't cause the issue that I was trying to solve. B. No, see, it's not getting reset. I know the reset works because it's getting reset here. That's the reason I know it works. See, it's not getting triggered. So what about somebody that does not like this? Let me try one more thing. Let me see what this is actually even returning. Depending on what this is actually returning. So I'm going to put... Let's see. See, that's returning the right value. So if I put B, that is no larger than 2, but it hasn't reset. So that is larger than that, and it's also larger than 0, but it's not going into here. That's the strange thing about it. Let me do this. So I'm just going to put 7. That's always going to be larger than the current values that we know that we're putting in there. So that hits the breakpoint straight away. So the thing I'm thinking is this is an integer. This shouldn't be, but let's just cast it to the same type. Maybe the Windows or my CPU architecture, probably Windows, is messing things up. So this way, if I cast this to a float, cast this to a float, and let's do greater than. See, that wasn't messing up at all. No, again, same issue. B. So let me copy that. And let me print it out. So I'm just going to print out the result of that comparison. It didn't like that. Put an extra set of brackets here. That should be fine. Yeah, that 0 at the end, that's what that is. So why is the as seconds? So if I get rid of this, print it off again, run it again. Is it this const float issue again that we're having? So let's get rid of this. Let me jump to declaration. Let me get rid of this. Let me see if that works now. If that's the case, we're going to have to rework quite a bit of the engine then. Let's have a look. I went into it straight away. So if I get rid of the breakpoint, run it again, probably get past 1 second, you'll reset. BCFZ, after 5 seconds it should reset. Okay. So the thing I need to do, I need to look into what this is, what's happening. I'm gonna undo for now, just so let's build it. what that reference is doing. I'm pretty sure that is in, let's see, SML GitHub. Again, I might have made a mistake of what I thought that was doing. But the thing is, it worked on Mac. So I want to know what that difference is. Source. Now let's go in the include. Let's go to graphics. Doesn't really matter which one. Go color. Let's open up a sprite one as well and a shape. Should have enough here to find out. That's not very helpful. Yeah, that's not really it. Yes, we're doing it here. People, it doesn't do it here, but it does it there. So what's the difference? Could that only work with Windows C++ return constant reference not working? So I fear that it may have been doing some comparison of the underlying, maybe the memory address or something, the reference. If the caller restores the reference rather than the copy, that's possible. That's maybe what's happening. Lifetime of return value is until the end of scope. Okay. That's the class. That's, something's been made in declared in the class. That's different. Okay. Okay, C++ return constant reference. Yeah, return by value most likely usually. Let me see what happens if I remove the const keyword. See if that keeps getting reset after the second. 'Cause if it does, that's fine then. No, I don't like that. So underscore time is just a long. wonder if it's because that's a different data type. Let me see what happens if I do this. The second const prevents changes within the function to that class. Nah, it's not getting reset. The whole point of having this const, whole point of having the first const is that we got the reference and he makes that constant so we can't actually modify the value or what we're returning. It's basically to help with performance. Again, not that I needed it, but any bit of performance I can squeeze out is good. But the fact that it's not working at all on Windows is weird. That is super strange. Yeah, that is. Ooh, super strange indeed. Got a Benjamin Franklin daily quote: "No gains without pains." I agree. I just want to know why. Like, if it turns out, yeah, it can't be done like this, blah blah blah, that's fine. It's just I would like to know what is happening. See, that's basically kind of what we're doing. Obviously, they're overloading an operator by the looks of it there, but we're not doing that unless. Never return a pointer or a reference to a local stack object or a reference to a heap. Object such. Return point. Okay. Yep, we're gonna try and learn from some of the great people out there. Let's see what the Cherno's doing and the Handmade Hero. And they do some great stuff over what they do. Okie dokie, see what he's done. The Cherno GitHub. Okay, Hazel, that's his game engine. I think it's Hazel source platform. Let's do Hazel renderer. Yeah, looks like a texture.h. Yeah, like he's got that concept, he's got that ampersand as well, that reference return. I know he's using a matrix 4, which is a slight different kettle of fish. What else might actually return something? Go to events. Mouse event. They must return stuff. So float. Yeah. I think it's probably best if we rework this. Let me have a quick look. I see the repos private. I guess so. Has he not made this stuff public? He does live code it. Handmade Hero. Molly Rocket, that's what his current channel name is. I don't want to, no, that's all he's got now. Okay, let's Let's rework it. Let's do it systematically as well. I feel like it would be faster if I was to open all this up in Sublime and just blast through it there. Okie dokie, let's go. Clock. And that's fine. Debug. And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Time. Let's get rid of these. Everything else is fine. And let's get the corresponding time. Okay. Now, external we shouldn't have to deal with. That's nothing to do with us. Yes, that's. But that's the other thing. There's no point having the const there. The whole point of having the const there is because we were doing the reference return. If we're not doing that, there's no need for it anymore. So for the rectangle, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do reference. Not going to do reference. Okay. Rectangle. You know what? I'll just remove in the header files, and I'll fix the errors in what's it called? You know, in Visual Studio. Ooh. That's not in line, is it? Don't say that didn't look in line. They usually just indent, to be fair. I'll leave that as it is. I'll fix it in there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, drawable. Okay, so yeah, I haven't really done much in the sprite class anyway. Okay, nothing there, nothing there. This should be all good as well. Probably keyboard should be all good. And so why are you removing these? Yeah, okay, so Melly Mate says why are you removing these? Well, they seem to be messing up. It was fine on Mac. On Windows, it seemed to be messing up the return For some reason, it's at like, I think when I was doing a comparison check of the return value, because I was returned by reference, he was, I think, comparing the reference, and I was messing things up. Like, I've seen some people do it, but even on the projects I've seen do it, like the Cherno, he only does it for certain things. I think he maybe for certain data containers, and I'll learn a bit more about that, and then I can add it where I need to. But I know it will work without it. The whole idea was, when I found out online, was that you put the reference here, that returns it by reference. Because you don't want any change to this thing, usually if you don't put it there, don't put the cons, don't put the reference or an asterisk or pointer, it returns by value, so there's a local copy of at the point where you've returned it. But because returning by reference, if you were returning a variable inside there, not an actual hard-coded value, then the problem that brings is we could be modifying it. That constant keyword alleviates that. So the constant keyword is not the issue, but it's like, if we're not going to do that, then we might as well remove it, because the constant keyword is literally only there if we need this. And this formatting is a bit off. Sort this out. Save this as well. Okay, so save that. Sonar H shouldn't really be anything in there, so that's just stuff like that. They're all saved. That will not work when I try and build it now. That will give us a bunch of errors. Those errors I want to appear, and we'll fix all of them one by one. I'm looking at it, honestly, I think it still might be quicker if I just do it in the other thing, Sublime, for the simple reason, all I need to do is, look, I need to do the time one. So, I think I did do, yeah, I did do that one. I need to open up rectangle. For my changes in here. Did I not put them in here? Rectangle color. Obviously I'll remove that now from the color. Yeah. Let me just go back to here. Let me do it all in here. Just only show the errors. And here we go. So let's blast through this. Let's try and run that now. Let's see what we get. Still getting errors. Unless I didn't fix it on the color end. Incompatible with what declaration? So if I open up the color, get blue, forgot to remove it there. Let's rerun that. Color should not give us any problems now. That should have removed a few problems. I will need to wrap up soon. May not get to finish it all on the stream today. How you doing? What's up? Yeah, I'm good. Your heart. Can you make a VS font bigger? Barely see on mobile. So I did your Flappy Bird video. Great. No problem. Okay, I will make the font a little bit bigger. Let me turn this up to 125. Who was that? Okay, Melimete. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, if I'm not, sorry. How's the font size now? Is that still moaning? I think it'll be fine. At least there's quite a bit of them in here. This makes it easier when it's all in one file, or more of them in one file. I think one of you have just commented. I just saw something in the peripheral vision of my eye, because my phone literally down there with the comments on. I will have a look at that in a second. Just give me a second. Okay, so let's have a look. Have you? Thank you, better. All good. Okay, have you got a games dev degree? I do. I have a degree in computer games programming. So literally the degree that you mentioned. I do indeed. I graduated in 2014, so it's been a while actually. In many ways it feels like ages, and some ways it doesn't. Okay. Let me run that again, see what errors we get. Still gonna get a bunch of errors. That is fine. 32 errors now. We are less than halfway now. We are past halfway through the errors now. Did I not open up QTE? Okay, so let me open up QTE. Did I not sort out the QTE one? I did. So let me give this a run. Maybe the errors will disappear once I run it. So try to give it a run, because it isn't going to work. Okay, did you get a video game job? I'm in third year. No, I did not get a job. If I'm being honest, don't like working for other people in a conventional, office 9-to-5 job. If that's for you, that's fine, but it is not for me. I've never tried a game dev job. I've tried a couple of programming jobs, one post uni, one as a placement year. So I did 4 years at uni, 3 years of the degree, and 1 year working. Honestly, I think every person that I went to uni with, that I know was friends that were on the same course as me, so games programming course. No, one of them actually has a games programming degree. It's a shame in so many ways. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with getting a non-game programming degree. Even with a non-programming degree, if you've gone down that route, I think one of the worst things that you can do to yourself is put yourself in a box and say, okay, I've got a game programming degree, therefore I have to get a game programming job, or even a programming job. If you find something else that you enjoy, go for that. But they do, pretty much all of them do programming. But it's like, they loved games. Like, I remember they used to play games just like I did. I still do. I'm going to do a live stream later on today. I think for this. I think it might just be, if we go to asset manager. I think I was having some issue with this before. Okay, so look, what's this mode about? If music cannot be referenced, it is a deleted function. Yeah, it works fine on here. Let me get rid of this. Underscore musics. I remember there was an issue that we was having because it was a music file, and it's in the asset manager. Yeah, I was talking about, you know, I was talking about, you know, games, and yeah, they went to uni with me. They play games just like I did, and they hardly play games now. It's been a while since I've seen some of them, but sometimes I would see them and be like, oh, well, you know, what are you playing? And, you know, I would ask them, you know, we love games. And they'd be like, I haven't played games for like 2 years or something. I'd be like, seriously, you love games and you haven't played them in like 2 years? There would always be the excuse of, oh, I don't have time. It's like, dude, if you love them that much, you make the time. Come on. And they didn't have families, so it's not even like they had families. You know, like they're married, they got kids, blah 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 blah. Even then, you can find the time. But yeah, they get stuck in this rat race, and it is just terrible. Okay, so let me put const here. This is something I'm going to have to revisit back at a later date. Let's go music. What's that? That's resetting fine. So I don't know why QTE is moaning like that, because at the end of the day, if I open up QTE, if I open up the CPP, I want to do this folder view anyway. I want to do this view anyway. This is the view I prefer. It says current, like it's the whole project that it's going to be launching up and keeps resetting. Yeah, so why is this moaning like this? So if I go to declaration, that's the declaration. How are they not compatible? Let me just reload it up. Let me read 1 second. I know you commented. Just give me a second. Okay, so where we are. Why pick games? Dev degree if you never wanted a games job. You know, I agree. Yeah, I have 2 kids. It's not an excuse, but it's hard doing a degree with responsibility. Well, it is hard even without kids. Single kind man institute. Yeah, for sure. Like I'm not married. I don't have kids. But if you really want to do something, whether it's a degree or whether play game, you know, you make the time. I remember when I was there was a couple of people on our course, couple of guys, and they were, you know, adult students. So we were, you know, 18, 19, 20, 21, you know, that sort of age, depending on what year we were in. And they were like in their 30s. They were older then than I am now. I'm 28. I'm going to be 29 in a couple of weeks. So like they were old. They had wives. No wives, one wife, as far as I'm aware. They had multiple kids. I think they had like 2 kids. One of the guys did. But they found the time from whatever the menial job they had, touch the mic, to come and do a degree and still, you know, spend time with their kids. Honestly, the guys that were like of that age and they did that, they were, you know, just as personalities, they were good people. Because, you know, it takes a certain personality to be like, you know what I've done up to now really hasn't worked. I'm going to go and get a degree. Money takes money. You know, even if you're getting loans, but it still takes money. So that's a factor. It also takes, you know, certain, you know, mental fortitude as well. So the people that did that, like their mentality was totally different towards it, and they had a certain calmness to them that, let's say, us 20-year-olds didn't, because obviously to them it wasn't that much of a big deal. It's like because they've got families and whatnot. It's a big deal in one way, but they didn't have this. They didn't get stressed out about it by another way. But they were nice people. You know what? I haven't spoken to one of the guys because he wasn't like a friend. He was like an acquaintance, but we would talk now and again. It's been ages. I'm gonna message him today, in a second. I'm gonna message him now. Be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I can't remember the name. I know I've got him on Facebook, so I'm gonna go on Facebook, go on my friends. That'll be the easiest way. If I just go on to all friends. I haven't got a crazy amount of friends, but I've got enough that it takes the piss to scroll through them. You know what? I'm gonna go into another friend from uni that I'm pretty positive that he should be on his friend list. Okay, somebody's called. Okay. Sorry, there's something else I was laughing about. Nah, this guy that I thought would have him did not have him. Another guy I think might be on my friends list that might actually have him on his friends list. And somebody else. Oh, it's possible that he's no longer on Facebook, that guy ain't. Okay, let me just blast through my friends list and see if I can find him. I'm going through pretty fast. There's a good chance I might miss him, but if I do, I do. Let's have a look. Maybe it's on this guy's friends list. Another guy that I think he could be on. I know, you might just turn out that he's no longer on Facebook. I think he's probably one of the guys that might potentially delete if he's not on there. Yeah, another person YouTuber, if you want to check, because I mentioned the Cherno and Handmade Hero thing called Molly Rocket now on YouTube, is Nathaniel Weiss, who did Songbringer game. And he live streamed the creation of that game. Like, that was a big, long live stream. I don't mean big in terms of one was long, but like there was a whole process of it. It's definitely worth checking his out as well. So check that out. Nathaniel Weiss. His game is Songbringer. Good game as well. Nah, I can't find it. So let me just check the comments. Okay, how's it, Melly? What's the situation? Well, I'm glad I made a positive change for someone today. I mean, it's hard studying a degree as a college student, and you also having 2 kids to respect. Yeah, I agree. It's but like whether the will there's a way. If you really want something, you will find that way. Why is this green? The enum type is unscooped. Let me Google what that means. I don't quite know what that message is saying. Enum type is unscooped. Let's have a look. The enumeration is a distinct type whose value is restricted to one of several explicitly named constants. Enumerators, okay, that hasn't really helped yet. There are 2 distinct kinds of enumerations. Unscoped enumeration declared with the enum key. Enum, yeah, I think that's what I've been using. And scoped enumeration declared with enum key, enum class. I'm not using that one. Okay. So why is that one preferred? Let's have a look at this. Enum class are local to the enum, and their values do not implicitly convert to other types. Like another, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, no, I want to keep it as it is. See, like, see, that's what I was saying earlier on. Even if there's a problem after reverse, I want to know what that issue was. I still 100% don't know what that other issue was. It's something I'm gonna have to look into more. And this keeps changing. This folder view does. Okay, so we fixed this issue. And so if we go to the to-do input manager, Qt, so Qt timeout, after X amount of time between presses in the Qt, the whole sequence fails. Is the whole sequence failing? It's not really. It's just a reset at the moment. So we need it to be able to fail the whole sequence. So I will put that in. See, after it runs out, go back to 1, define my. Okay, we need to do the rollback, and we need to do Qt failure after a single. Qt ends after a single failure. Okay, it's the hardest thing I've ever done, to be honest. Can't wait for after Christmas for work experience and see what happened. The 4th year could kill me emotionally. Now just, stick through it. You'll be all good, don't worry. The constant judgment and interrogation by the lecturers is demotivating. Did you do work placement? Hi, I hate unit testing, by the way. Yeah, I did do a work placement. It wasn't at a games company, it was at a company called Accenture. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, my job was, that typical thing that people do, that try and almost like defend their life choices. But like, I worked in the most amazing place, I learned this and learned that. Dude, I learned some stuff, but it wasn't what they told me. It's about what I didn't want. That's really what, that period told me. Yeah, I did not like that job at all. Most of the people didn't like there at all. Probably I'll be willing to mention names. I don't really care. Like, I saw the inefficiencies of big companies, and you get that in all big companies anyway to an extent, but yeah, I did not like it. 1 second, somebody's calling. Why did you not like the people? Okay, I will be brief, and I'm happy to go over this in future streams, because that's what I'm here for. Just to do the engine and just to talk. Why did I not like the people? It's the attitude of the people. Like, different people I didn't like for different reasons. Like, there was that one type of person you would get there that would think, okay, because I'm working at the world's largest consultancy firm, I've made it and I'm almost like above everyone. It's like the way they would talk to you and act to you. And I don't like people that act like that in general. Like, if you're smart, if you're good at something, there's one thing, knowing it and then, not lording it over people, but, being confident in yourself. But then there's another, just because you happen to be at the world's largest consultancy firm, thinking, I'm the bee's knees, I'm the best. Linked to that, there were people, I remember I needed to get hold of some file. My manager asked me for some file, and there was this other guy that could, he was the person who could get it. And I went to him, and I was like, I need to get this file. And he was like, I think like Wednesday or Thursday. And he was like, yeah, the earliest I can get it to you is like Monday. I'm like, it's one file. And, he was like, there's nothing I can do. I went back to my manager. I was like, yeah, there's nothing you can do. Like, it's at Monday. Manager goes up to him, and he's a different department. He's not like he's a subordinate of my manager, so it's not even like that relationship. And he says, oh, but because the manager's been there for a while, he's not like an intern like me. And he asked for it. He's just like, oh yeah. He just literally emailed you over there while manager's there. Again, it wasn't a fear thing. It was just a power thing that guy was just trying to put over me. And I was like, literally the amount of time it took for him to say why you can't send me till Monday, he actually transferred it faster than that. There was that, and just a bunch of other things, that I didn't like. Yeah, this was in my work experience, which was from 2012 to 2013 at Accenture. Did not like at all. Like I said, I've got to go now, Pixelpat and everyone else. I'm going to do another game engine live stream tomorrow. Obviously, I've been coding the game engine. And let me just build this. And obviously, I'll be here to chat as well. So feel free to ask the questions about programming, about life, anything, you know. So let me know. Yeah, working for yourself is the best. It's the hardest for sure. Like, I've done both. It's the hardest for sure. People think it's easy because you sit at home. Honestly, if you sit at home and do nothing, you're not going to get any money. You go to a regular 9 to 5 and you kind of do nothing and you just go under the radar, you still get paid. As long as the company don't go on there or they don't spot what you're doing and fire you, you're okay. You can't do that at home. You have to work 10 times as hard just to get a tenth of it. But yeah, I really got to get going. I got to go and do something. And so I will be doing another live stream later on. It's not game engine or programming related. I'll be doing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War PS5 live stream for about a couple of hours, and then more live streams tomorrow. Game engine live stream I will be doing. I'm hoping to do 3 gameplay live streams tomorrow. Sackboy: A Big Adventure on PS5, Black Ops PS5, and Spider-Man Miles Morales PS5 as well. So we'll see how that goes. We spread out throughout the day, because if I try and do them too much, one goes just ends up being too much. So I'm going to spread them out throughout the day. I know it's going to not be practical for some people to see all of them, because depending on where you are, like here in the UK, and I end up waking up at like early, and I do it like 7-8 a.m. You're probably not going to be awake. Probably be great for people like in India, but then won't be great for America. But then if I do one like now, this isn't that good for the people in, let's say, in the East. But it's great for people in the West, especially in America as well. But yeah, I'll be doing some then. Thanks for everyone that joined the stream. And yeah, so I develop with Cocos 2D. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. And hope to see you in my future streams. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.